Hey y'all, it's Nanny with Hootenanny Homestead, and I just wanted to let you in on something I'm doing today. I'm gonna make an angel tree topper. I'm so excited about this. I'm just about to bust. The reason I'm getting so excited about this is because I absolutely love digging through all of my craft supplies and picking out pieces of scrap cotton, scrap lace, little bitty pieces like this, random pieces of sticks and wood, little dolls' heads, beads that I wasn't going to use it for nothing else, but it just happened to be in that bag of stuff that I picked up at that garage sale. Even a corn dog stick, some raffia that I've had since probably the 80s, and some little bitty pieces and ends and pieces of wire that I wasn't doing anything with. That's why I'm excited, because I get to take all of this stuff that a lot of people would have just thrown away, not me, and put it together and make something adorable with it. Hey, by the way, y'all probably noticed that this isn't my cabin back here. You're absolutely right. It's because I'm at my mother-in-law's. I'm going to be here till sometime probably in February, and then I'm going to go back to the cabin. Kind of excited about that too. I'm just going to hot glue her head onto this stick. And she's going to need some kind of shoulder. So I'm only going to make her shoulders in proportion with her head, but yet leaving me enough room to rest my cotton, for her body stuffing on. So I'm going to break this corn dog stick about right there. You could cut it, but they're real easy to break. So I'm just going to break that off, and that's going to give her some shoulder. So I'm going to glue this here together.
Okay, got her head glued on. I'm going to put a dot of glue on the shoulder boards here. And lay that up there.
And I'm going to glue that right here to the back of her head so that it'll set up quite a bit above her head, because I'm actually going to put a little piece of lace around her head to make that bonnet with. So actually I think I'll do that first so that the halo's not in my way. There she is, her little bonnet, back side. It's good enough. Side view. I like it. So now I'm going to glue on her halo. Now this is batting, cotton batting that I had left over after doing a quilt, and I'm going to rip it into about a 1.5 inch little strips here, because I want it fairly small. And you don't really have to glue this. I'm thinking I'm not going to have to glue this anyway. I think I should be able to. I want her. I'm thinking. Let me finish my statement. I'm thinking I will be able to just kind of wrap it up around her, and then maybe put one little dab just to tack it off at the end. There is her body now, from her waist, basically this would be her waist, up. Now I'm going to give her just a little bit of hips because we want her dress to look like it's sitting on something. And then flowing outward. If I were to just not put this, and I would have to try to attach the whole full bulk of the skirt to this little stick, and that's not going to be fun. So what I'm going to do next is put just a little bit of glue right here on the bottom of her torso and stick her hips to her torso. Good. I'm going to put one tack in the back because the back felt a little loose. Now, what I'm going to do is take my needle and thread. I'm going to start at one end. I'm going to cut a piece of this lace the exact same length as this piece. And I'm just taking really big stitches. All I'm doing is gathering. Now what I'm going to do here is stitch right here at the end. I laid it down, you saw me do that, where I laid it down and kind of measured the diameter of this circle it's going to make. And it's about the same size as her hip area. And now I'm just making stitches, just multiple stitches here in the end to kind of tie this off. Let her try it out. Try her new dress on. I tried a few things out, and what I discovered I really liked the looks of was just this piece of scrap lace. I did the lace the same way over the cotton, just kept wrapping, you know, multiple layers. But I'll give you a close-up here of what the body kind of looks like with just the lace wrapped around it. And yeah, it's primitive looking, you know, it's pretty basic, it's nothing fancy, but that's exactly what I want. So what I decided to go with on her arms, after trying a couple of things, thinking about it for a while, I decided to take this same lace that her skirt's made out of, and you see how it's got the scallops here on the bottom. I think what I'm going to do is take one scallop for one sleeve and one scallop for the other sleeve. I'm not for sure exactly how I'm going to attach this. I'm one of these crafters who likes to kind of craft on the fly. And sometimes I'll come up with an idea, just like I did, of using these for the sleeves because of the pretty ends on these scallops. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I thought it would make a really cute end. I measured how much of this sleeve I was going to need. Now at this point her arms look extremely long, but they're not going to look like that once we get them put in place.
I know I'm going to take and put a pin in that to keep that down out of my way. Make sure I've got the right side of this. There we go. And fold it the same length as the other one. Yep. Tack that over the top, down underneath, and hold it still till it gets a good grip.
Now I'm going to glue her skirt on. Finally, everybody says. Put her face down because we want this, the front where the seam is in the back. There she be so far. Show it off, girlfriend. Show it off. Alright. Now, what do we like? I really think I'm going to pull out some of this raffia. And I was going to use the wire for her wings. But she's got wire halo too, so it's like I want to add another material. The more layers of materials you use, the different types of materials you use on a project, it seems to give the project more depth and realism, and it's just more beautiful. So even though I'm going to use these for the wings, which I'm going to put on absolute last, I want to add a little raffia. And since I couldn't decide where to use the raffia, plus I couldn't decide what kind of thing I wanted to go around her waist, then I'm just going to use the raffia as a belt around her waist. We're going to try it anyway. So I'm just going to pull out some of it. I don't know exactly how much of it I want. Let's try that. And about that much of it. I'm just taking wild guesses here, people, and we'll find out together if it's going to work or not. So let's try that. If you've never worked with raffia, you should try working with it. Now, I was alive and well in the 80s and was already married and had my children, and raffia was a big thing in the 80s. I mean, everybody was making projects out of it. And it came in every color under the sun, and I'm pretty sure it still does today. Now, what I've done here is I've split it into 4 different groups because raffia really doesn't tie off well to itself. Now I'm going to make her wings. I've got one here that's about the right size for a wing, and I'm going to make 4 of these out of just this scrap jewelry wire. What I did.
What I decided to go with was I just hot glued her hands together. They're not glued to her body, they're just glued to each other. And went outside and found some greenery on the shrubs outside in front of the house. And I just really want to keep it really simple. I don't want no glitter or fancy anything on this because I want it to look as, primitive as possible. So I'm just going to tuck a couple of these down in her arms from the bottom and then one up from the top to give a little contrast. And just let her hang on to that greenery.
Hey, I really hope you like my little angel.